today's video, I will film completely on my GoPros. So right now you're watching footage from my new HERO9, but mixed in with the footage, I'll probably take some video also with my old GoPro, my HERO5, which I have currently strapped to my backpack here. And maybe I can do some comparison footage, because the footage that I put on my review video, the old HERO5 clips that I put were really compressed down files. They weren't the original files, so it really didn't do that camera very much justice. But now it's time to get this hike started. One of the things I was hoping would be improved in this HERO9 is the amount of stabilization and shake when you're walking and you're filming, or especially running and filming, but maybe we'll leave that for another time. But I think my HERO5 wasn't quite as stable as I would have hoped, and that should be a huge improvement with this one. So let's see if that's the case. I'm going to film a few seconds of footage with my HERO5 first, and then my HERO9, and let's see if we can see a difference in the amount of vibration that it takes just from me walking without any further stabilization. I'm gonna latch the GoPro on to my backpack, and both will be treated the same. So let's see the difference. I'm very curious, so let's do a test. Okay, so now you're watching the footage from my HERO5. I can see just by looking at it that the camera is shaking quite a bit on the strap where it's attached to on my backpack. So I think here especially the stabilization is key in order to have watchable content that doesn't make you guys sick with all of the shaking. So let's see, I don't have high hopes for my HERO5. I think it'll definitely be a challenge for the HERO9 as well. But let me switch out to the HERO9 and let's see how different the footage is. All right, so HERO9 now in the hot seat. I think it's wiggling and jiggling just as much. It's the backpack holder. It's not super stable, but let's see if the camera can hold its own and stabilize the image, then this might be a really easy way to get some filming done, because I have both of my hands free now, and I can concentrate on other things rather than checking out where the camera is pointing. So hopefully now you would kind of get the same view what I'm seeing at the moment. The camera is just a few inches, maybe 10-20 centimeters lower than my eyes at the moment. So this would be a really unique view if the actual content is watchable. Then for my first impressions of my GoPro, overall I'm really happy. I really love that I have this front camera here where I can see myself. It makes filming really simple, especially when I'm filming myself. When I'm filming forwards, then I can of course check out what I'm filming on the back screen. But this front screen makes it really nice. I can see exactly what's in the shot, and I'm confident that I'm getting the shot that I mean to get. So I don't have to worry about if I'm cutting off the top of my head or whatever is behind me. So that's a great plus. Also, I would say not any heavier than the old GoPro, at least from my use. I guess some people have said if you have a drone, the extra weight of the HERO9 might be a bit of an issue, but yeah, not a concern for me. Then for the minuses, I would say 2 or 3 times today when I clicked the record button, I got a memory card error. I don't know why. I don't know if it was something I did. Maybe I pressed the button funny. But yeah, and I ended up getting an error. One of the times the GoPro got so stuck that the only thing that I could do was I took out the battery, and then it shut off and I was able to restart. Not an issue if you notice that it happens. It happened like just a couple seconds after I pressed record. So it's not like I got an error in the middle of filming and I would have like then missed a whole part where I didn't notice that the error came up. But like I said, it could also be user error, not quite sure. I have to keep an eye on that. Then I am super glad that I know myself really well. So I actually dropped this new GoPro today while I was walking. I'm a very clumsy person, but I'm happy that I got this protective case. around my GoPro, because actually the fall was hard enough that I got this hole in the protective casing. So I can only imagine what would have happened if I didn't have the casing at all. I mean, luckily GoPro anyway has a no questions asked replacement policy, so if I would have ended up breaking it, I would have been able to exchange it. But yeah, always nicer not to have to go that route, especially after the first day of using. That might be a bit embarrassing. So if you're anything like me and you're a little bit clumsy, then definitely get the extra casing just for some added protection. You will thank me later. But let's see, I'm curious to see what all of this footage looks like, how the pictures turned out, and then also curious to see a little bit of the comparison on the clips that I took with my old GoPro versus this new one. Okay, so that was my initial impressions immediately after my hike about my new HERO9. It was really nice to use. The only thing that still kept coming back up in my mind was the issue with the memory card error. I did some research afterwards, and it seems that that's quite a common error. People have criticized GoPro quite heavily because they also are getting the same kind of card error when they do recording. So it seems like it wasn't a user error or anything on my part that I did, but it's just a bug that hopefully they can fix with some, I don't know, software updates or something like that. The other thing that I have to now highlight after seeing the footage is the huge improvement to the image stabilization. I mean, if you watched the 2 clips I showed you just a few minutes ago, I mean, the HERO5 footage was just painful. I mean, you wouldn't be able to use that kind of footage. I treated both cameras exactly the same. Both cameras were shaking just as much when they were attached to my backpack strap. And if you take a look, I've now taken an image taken by both of the cameras, and it's very easy to see that even the lighting is so much better with this HERO9. So I still haven't done any filming when it's really in low light conditions, but if that amount of light comes even in full sun, I'm really hopeful to what it will be like in more challenging light conditions. So overall, I am super happy with my HERO9. In my initial review video, when I was unboxing this HERO9, I wasn't sure if it was necessary for me to get this camera. I was really happy with my HERO5 still, but now after using this new one, there's no going back. It's just so much better and so worth the investment. I have to admit that now I really need to have a good excuse to still need my HERO5. I'll probably still have it as a backup. I don't think I want to sell it quite yet because I have so many accessories that go for the HERO5 that I can't use for this HERO9. Overall, really happy. So you'll be seeing plenty of footage taken with this new HERO9. So stay tuned and I will see you in my next video. Thanks guys.